Hello, hello! I have mouse tracking! I have mouse tracking! And also we're playing Edgeworth Investigations, but also I have mouse tracking! I'm looking over here, I'm looking at you, I'm looking over here, I'm looking at you. I'm having fun of this, I'm having fun of this. I had things I needed to do yesterday. Quite a few things for school and stuff, and instead I spent the entire day re-rigging my model in RahiTuber and adding mouse tracking. It was worth it. Okay, I don't remember what we did last time. I don't remember what we did last time. Something very cool though, thank you. Yeah, last time, we... School boring, your model cool. Exactly. My model is very cool. Much better than school. Right. So, recapping what happened last time in this game. There was... Right, we were trying to prove that Gumshoe didn't kill the two men, and also they all found out about Kay, and Gumshoe's friendship with Kay, and how her dad is one of the men that are dead. And I think that's everything, and also we learned that the judge is kind of weird. I think that's everything that happened. Yeah, I think so. Alright, here we go. Oh, and I think we did prove it, but then because of some bullshit, Gumshoe is not proven innocent yet. They figured out something that makes, or something, I don't know. He's very innocent. Gumshoe is very innocent. I really don't remember what happened. Oh yeah, also Francisca's here. She's like 10 years old. She's like 11. And she's... and she's in a crime scene, because why not? What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent? Smells like flowers. I don't remember the voices. Oh my god, I gotta get back into the voices. Uncle Bad, is this it? Isn't the Detective Bad and Kay over there? Looks like she's managed to escape the bailiff. Oh yeah, the bailiff was gonna throw her outside. Right, cause the fucking lawyer lady! I forgot about the lawyer lady! Yeah, I don't like her. She wanted to throw Kay out on the street after she's just found out her dad is dead. Fuck her! No, that's not quite it. Nope, that's not the voice. Aw, too bad, but it's so pretty! I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. Hell no, Dad, oh my god. They're also talking about Edgeworth when you say that too, you know. His dad is also dead. But since you found it, I guess you can keep it. Thanks, I'll treasure it always. Those two seem to get along rather well. Yeah, here. I got something else for you. Ah, the Swiss roll. Good, oh my god. Yay, thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I wanted these of Gummy. Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe. Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. I know he ain't killed Daddy. Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying. I'm not crying. Okay. Oh, it's the mister from before, and the lady too. Edgeworth more like blunt worthless. I don't know, I'm not the funny streamer, Amble. You'll get there. You'll get there. Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being? You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant, so I'm related to the investigation. Is that so, Detective Bad? Yeah, I guess. What? You were just scolding us like kids not to mess up the crime. Yeah, he was! He was so against having Francisca and Edgeworth during the crime scene, and now he's like, yeah, it's okay, the little 8-year-old child whose dad is dead, and this is the crime scene we're investigating. Yeah, no, she could stay. She's fine, That doesn't make any sense. And now you let this child run free? Why? People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene, The kid is more trustworthy than those two. More trustworthy than Francisca. Edgeworth is fine. Edgeworth isn't gonna do anything. Not now. Maybe give it a couple of years and then he'll do something, but not now. You also had a few things you wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? Ugh. I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu is looking into. Edgeworth is maybe tied with the kid. Uncle Bad, I'm gonna look somewhere else now, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you. Oh, that's right. Hey, mister. Yes, what is it? I know Gummy isn't really isn't the bad guy. I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay? I won't forgive whoever did this, but in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there's no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. We literally just, why couldn't he have been the culprit? We literally just proved that he wasn't. I really don't remember the reasoning. Well, okay, no, I do remember the reasoning. Because there was only one entrance in and out of the room that they were killed in. And so, because of that, and Gumshoe was the only one in front of the door, he could have been the only one that did it, and that's all of the evidence to go off of. That's it. That's the reason. Which, I mean, it's not a horrible reason, actually. It's a pretty fair reason. Nobody else could have gotten in. But, you know what? Secret passageway. The building can apparently turn into a transformer, so, you know, there's probably another entrance somewhere. I'm not joking about that, by the way, that we literally learned that on the first day of this case. She wandered off while I was pondering. Okay. What's over here? What's over here? There's a box here. There's a pink box here. What's up with the box? What an incredibly strong scented herbal tea. I fear that more than being relaxing, the scent may make one a bit heady instead? Heady, of liquor, potent, intoxicating, having a strong or exhilarating effect. That makes more sense. I had to look up the definition. You put in a special request for that. Okay, I'm calling it now, Use the Killer. I'm calling it now, it's you. Use the Killer. No wonder she's so violent. If she's been drinking this stuff the whole time. Really gotta get her voice down. Neither women should be allowed to comment on this particular topic. ever. What? Okay. Open window. One of the windows in this lobby is open as well. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room. So why did they open it, I wonder? Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? Did I just hear- I'd have to reread it. I'd have to reread that dialogue because I don't know. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? Nothing that concerns you, boy. Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay? It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste. Sounds like he'd rather be left alone. I'd have something I'd like to confirm with you once again. I don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, we still have questions that need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is that overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was gonna suffocate. It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still here. Perfume, huh? So that sweet scent in the air is perfume. Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand. She said it's a famous brand from overseas. Francisca, you can't be doing that. It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff. No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl. You can have it. I was born for a much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail. Ugh. Why can't she ever be honest about her wants? Perfume given to bed by you. Same one spilled in lobby number 1. Okay, well that's important. So now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic. Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating. Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. During the recess. So you were in this room the entire recess. Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here. At least your story is consistent. Earlier you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu. Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here. So what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in 2 different locations. Guess I am. Interesting. Very interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you. Ugh. Because he was supposed to be protecting her sister, and she got murdered. Let's see, Miss Yu is the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident. And as I recall, oh, he's just explaining it. I didn't need to give that background, he's just explaining it. And as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on that case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case. You knew? I also know that today's trial is involving the Cotopian Embassy staff member. Is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me, and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday, and the KG-8 incident. You already know that much. I guess it'd be alright to tell you. Oh god, more dialogue, okay. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG-8 incident. It's not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were other than the people who were directly involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. It's not a cigarette, it's a lollipop! Oh my goodness. I knew I liked bad. I knew I liked bad. The honest truth behind the KG-8 incident. Faraday, you and I. As you already know, we three were involved with the KG-8 incident. Faraday and I were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring. You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries? That trial was just a front. A facade? Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was gonna testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? His name is Colin Deveray. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyways. Deveray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. The boss man of the Amano Group? You can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just the detective's bad personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do, suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling? I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once for murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, CC, I was supposed to protect them both. Miss Yu did mention that as well, about how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister. But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap. What kind of a trap? The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap. You mean you were fired upon? You were shot at that many times in one gunfight? No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident. I see. I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. That's when she came into the courtroom. The victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu. About when you first met Miss Yu? It was on the day of the verdict of the KG incident was handed down, was it not? Yeah. Faraday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do, but just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face. Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. Her sister is dead, yes. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough. Suppose not. You said it herself. That she never wanted to see either of us ever again. Well, that worked out well. That worked out very well. But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct? Yeah, Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close. We continued to hunt down the smuggling ring, and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. Is the ring really that big? It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. Her client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was oh wait, no. Her client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them? Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time, for the same reason. Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect. I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright? And for that you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him. Ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable. You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you, that's how naive you are. How dare you insult the daughter of a Von Karma? Just like us, you felt like she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all. The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it, only the skill of the craftsman. You two are still too young. But one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again, in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all. And now, Faraday. That's Kay's dad, the one that's dead. So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well. I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. I've known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and we cracked quite a few cases together. But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case. Did we touch a nerve? I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing either. I sense that there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary. And we're still talking. You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me? God, the start of this stream is just a big ol' exposition dump. What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel. I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu. What? The KG-8 incident and the second KG-8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. It's nice background noise. That's good, that's good. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ, and that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd? Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already! I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time. A reason, huh? And so in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu. If it'll help you solve this case, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu. What was this sudden outburst for? You almost made me whip you by accident. Yo! It still accidentally whipped me anyways. There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be... Funny man, like your content? Thank you. There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Oh shit! Thanks for the tier 2. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security systems. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever. Really? The first one? That's crazy. I see. So the Yatagarasu's special traits, sounds like an incredibly elusive thief. Yatagarasu has never... What the hell? That's really small, I can't see that. Oh, something happened. I don't have a thing for that. Never been caught on tape. Never tries to draw anyone's attention. And would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Ro wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away. But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't. Listen, little girl. I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kotopian embassy. The Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence. Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select others knew about. In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it? That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure. And just what sort of card is it? Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. Ah, and that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir. Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you? It's a lot of things written down in a book, and then if you break those things, then you go to jail. Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. We're past the expedition dump! Woo! Thank God. September 10th, District Courtroom number 3. See the evidence. Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh. It appears that His Honor is still a bit dispirited. For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. And now I have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony. Character development. Character development for the judge. Will it stick? I played the trilogy. No, it doesn't. Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict. Francisca, there's no need to further depress His Honor. But I'm not trying to, Miles. Your Honor. Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence? Your Honor! Oh! Yes, how can I help you? I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir. Your Honor. Do you think you could stay focused long enough to at least do your job? Yes, I'm sorry. And I would, except that defense attorney has yet to arrive. You. She's busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we? Very well. In that case, please confirm all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case. Understood, Your Honor. The pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men, this could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case, and maybe even something that'll finally lead me to the truth. I've placed all of the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you. I see. Thank you very much. I will go ahead and confirm that they are all accounted for. So this is the evidence related to today's Codepian Embassy trial from Mr. Faraday's bag. You mean the evidence that was on the table in lobby number 2, right? Yes. Finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time. Agreed. I want to take a good look at all of the evidence from the embassy murder too. And why is that? Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about. Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something. And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today. I see someone is still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma. I got a gun, a knife, and a wallet. It's all so real. To see the knife up close. So we have the knife, the gun, an envelope, and what's this organizer? Not a wallet, an organizer. What's this organizer doing here? Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you. About what, Your Honor? They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside the evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested it be passed along to you. He said it would help the investigation. Detective Bad said that. What a strange stroke of luck. We'll never look a gift horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it too. Never look a gift horse in the mouth? I think you'd want to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm assuming- I've heard that saying before, but I don't really I'm looking it up. I don't know what that saying means. I know what it's from. It's Trojan horse, but why don't you want to look it in the house? You're gonna get murdered if you don't look it in the house. Find fault with something that has been received as a gift or favor. That's horrible advice! No! I mean, yes, but, like, the gift horse is a horrible example. You get murdered when you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I won't rest, yeah. Rambo has the survival instincts of a mere crustacean. Edgeworth has the survival instincts of a rock. Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it. No, really, he used the organizer that he carried on him. It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rel convicted down in here. I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rel was the killer. Between the handgun and that Rel had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove he was the one. It appears Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rel was the killer in this case. Sound of his handcuff going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Mr. Rel is not the real Yatagarasu. And it would also appear that he had proof that Mr. Rel was not the Yatagarasu. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, he should clear everything up. Very definitive piece of evidence. Interesting. It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Yeah, he was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rel may have made about being the real Yatagarasu. And he had a way to prove that Mr. Rel was the guilty party in the embassy murder. This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. Okay. Look, there's a picture stuck between the pages here. Alright, that must be the key. It looks like a butterfly. A little bit like a butterfly. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a butterfly. It appears to be a key. We haven't seen a key, though. Yeah, no, there hasn't been a key that we've seen yet. And a rather ornate one like that. Look at the design on the handle. The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer? The Yatagarasu's key? Detective Bad said something earlier. What's different about this time was that the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kotopian embassy, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence. Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select others knew about. Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep the secret key safe. As the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected. Interesting. So I am noticing... Oh, wait a minute. The knife! The knife is the key. For a second I was thinking that it couldn't be the knife because it's the wrong shape. But if you look at the key... Look at the key, it's got that wobbly pattern right there. And if you go back to the knife, it's got the wobbly pattern in the middle. So, the knife is the key. The knife is the key. It's gotta be. It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act? And it's never crossed your mind to use your riding crop for the wrong purposes. That's odd. What is it? Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer. That certainly is odd. The weapon that was used to kill the Kotopian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? It's the key! The knife is the key! Literally, the knife is the key! Isn't it obvious? It was brought to the courthouse by Mr. Rel. That's the only logical conclusion, right? No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside. In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse? It's the key! I need to think carefully here. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. The key! So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I'll need to take another good look at the evidence. Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me? Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca. What? What is it? One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been a secret of its own. And it's through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. The key! The key! Take that! This Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse. You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth. You just need to look a bit closer, Francisco, to see what I mean. Don't the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything? They do remind me of the knife. Very good. Both the Yatagarasu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagarasu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife. You don't seriously mean to say, finger wag. It appears that you finally caught up, and yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are, in fact, one and the same. But that's impossible! Even if that's what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail. There we go. Ah, there you go. I can't believe it turned into a key. I think there is such a trick in this thing. So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yatagarasu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now. It's a key! It's a knife! It's fucking both! Frankly, I'm shocked. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of the key aspect of this. And that wasn't a joke, it was literally, he was always talking about the key. I thought it was a joke, it wasn't. I realized after I said it, it wasn't a joke. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside. But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday. Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than Mr. Faraday, meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. The great thief Yatagarasu. What is the Yatagarasu? I was sure it was actually. I was sure it was Faraday, but it's not Faraday. Is it bad? No, I hope it's not bad. I like bad. If he's the Yatagarasu, then that means he's a murderer. Then maybe Mr. Rill was the Yatagarasu. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that a possible scenario? No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rill was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier, but when we questioned Rill about what he'd sent along with the white card, Rill had no idea what it was. I see, Alright then, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatagarasu. It seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case. The key to solving this case. Okay. Okay. Gun. This gun, it was originally used to kill the Cotopian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rill still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest. And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic. Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. I didn't think so. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it. I suppose I should explain it to you then. Yes, you should. Perfectly and its entirety, if you please. On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Mackerel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned. Because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. A simpleton of a man, that's what he was. Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Rell was caught in the act on film by a security camera. He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice a security camera. The Cotopian embassy's security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. So have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? I mean, that's pretty incriminating. You know, that's pretty incriminating. Standing over the man, gun in hand, perfectly in view. That's definitely Mackerel. His eyes aren't visible, but you can tell. It's pretty incriminating. Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rell on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. So the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life. Me neither. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court. The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? The video showing the moment in which Mr. Rill committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed? I'm sure the people at the embassy have a copy of it. Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence. Your Honor, were you derelict in your duties? What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for? No, Your Honor, the most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video was not amongst the evidence you laid out for me. But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene? There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I'll have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh, it's that guy! He's just an officer now. He was in the last case. He was, I don't remember his name or what he did, but he was an important person. That's Detective Bad. But who is he with? I've never seen that officer before. So, did you find it? No, not yet, and I've looked everywhere. Oh then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. I completely forgot the voice I gave this guy. Heh, so you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? And there he goes. Off to find... something. What was that all about? Who was that man just now? Whoever it was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? I know you're standing right behind me. You're right behind me, aren't you? What do you want, kids? Looks like you were paying attention after all. Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head. Ah, so that mirror isn't just for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye on who or what is behind him at all times. That's actually really smart. That is actually very smart. This is why I like Bad. He's smart. I hope he's not a murderer. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Shenfa to study. He's Agent Long, that's his name. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world, studying different philosophies of detainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. He's definitely going to appear in the next trial. 100%. The guy is more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude. Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I agree. However, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Francisca. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. Okay, wait, hold on. I want to do, hold on. I'm just gonna do, a quick little thing to the model, because I've been noticing it every time I've talked, and it's been bothering me a bit. Just gonna do a quick little fix. That's a little bit better. Hello? Hello? Maybe a... Oh, shit, no, I plot. Hello? Hello? I think I had it better before. Hello? Hello? That'll work. I didn't read that. Well, fine. If this is the game I must play, then I'll take this off. Actually, I can look at the history. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt that has nothing to do with me. I didn't miss much. Fine, if this is the game I must play, then I'll take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. Look at him, looking out the window. Look at this edgy bastard. I'm Edgeworth. I'm supposed to be the edgy bastard, but no, he's just... He looks like he's in, a music video. Or at least he thinks he's in one. Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, and now you're in lobby number 2. You are quite the busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct? I don't have anything left to say to you, my boy. Boy? You'll see, I'll draw my answer from you one way or another. Would it kill you to help us even just a tiny bit in our investigation? I had forwarded his notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think? Ah! Please, we're asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid. Time with the murder. The murder! I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime. I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Well, that's the end of that. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things that I don't know about? Things you don't know about? Aren't you supposed to know everything? He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad. Alrighty. The knife. Detective Bad, did you know that the existence of this item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu key are one and the same? What? That's impossible! It looks like he didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rowe was not the real Yatagarasu. Okay, no, this is good, because he was surprised by the key, and if he was surprised by the key, then that means he didn't know that the key was a knife. Which means he could not be the killer! Yippee! Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was, in fact, a knife. Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How do we miss something as big as this? None of you knew, really. None of you, like, touched the bottom of it. None of you wondered why there was, like, a slit in the side of it? Okay. Okay. I noticed that since a little while ago you appeared to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for. Yeah, that's right. And why were you searching for it? Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. And after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life? Detective Bad, I still need to do a little bit more of the physics on each talking. The other model had a bigger, like, had a little bit of a bigger jump, I guess. A little bit more physics with it. I'll have to work on that. Detective Bad, so that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more. Alright. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing'll change. Okay, here we go. Hold on. One second. It's just, I just want to change, like, a couple things. Just a couple things. This is a test. This is my first time using the model. This is a test stream for this. Visual motion, oh, gets a bit better, I think. That's a bit much. A little bit between that. That's good. That's a good one. And I also want to do the arms a bit more. Actually, the arms don't have a talking emotion. Oh! Right, yeah, the move is automatically set to 80, so my arms are just flying away. Yeah. Rotation at 5? No, not 5. -5? Hello? 5's a bit. -5's a bit much. -3. Hello? That's a bit better. Oh wait, it's set to loudness. Hello? 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 That's a bit better. It's a bit more bouncy. That's what I want. I want it to be a bit more bouncy. Hello? Yeah, that's better, that's better. I think I also want to add one for the ears. Where are the ears? Where are the ears? Front ear, there it is. Yeah, it doesn't have a talking motion. Let's see. Hello? 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 Which way is it moving? Hello? 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 It's moving up. Up is good, though. I like it being up. Hello? Maybe a bit more. Bit more rotation on that. Hello? Hello? A bit more. Hello? Hello? It's kind of cute. Moving up a bit. Why is it doing that? It's on once. It shouldn't be on... Oh, I know why it's doing that. It's because the talk threshold is a different value. Oh, I also have to change it for the arms. The arm talk threshold is different too. Yeah, there it is. Hello? Hello? Yeah, okay, I like that, I like that. I do the back ear. Just even it out. Yeah, sorry, this is a bit off topic. I just want to do this. Hello? 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 It was just, the lack of bouncy was bothering me. Bounce. 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 Good evening, Momelon! Look, I have mouse tracking now! Yeah, I was just working on the values since I hadn't streamed up the thing before, so working on the values and shit for everything. It was much less bouncy before you got here. Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1. My answer is still the same. And this is the last time I'm gonna do this. That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear everything up. And find the truth behind this case. Here we go. I was in lobby number 1, talking with you. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed down into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, then we all ran into lobby number 2. He'll be lurking today? That's alright, thank you for popping in. It sounds like the exact same story he told us before. Indeed. However, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can. I was in lobby number 1, talking with you. Let's see, is there anything... I need to take a look at the evidence, because yeah, it's been so long since I've been here. Detective Gumshoe testimony. Given gunshot, didn't hear a struggle. Yeah. The knife is a key, handgun. Heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. Strategy for winning, balloon. I don't think this is relevant anymore, or this. Barday's blood on this bag. You about trivial things. Probably talking about KG8. So I'm gonna press on this, because he's being intentionally vague with that trivial things. I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu. Trivial stuff. There's nothing important. That's for me to decide. Alright, I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on, then. Moving on. And the gunshot right before the trial is about to reconvene. That's the same thing he told us before, but I'm gonna press him on it. Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. That lines up with what Gumshoe said. If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask you please amend your testimony with that statement just now. Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. That other piece of evidence. The balloon? The balloon! Because the balloon popped on the cactus. I think that's probably... It's probably talking about the balloon. I mean, if he's amending his testimony, then it must be important. So I'll present the balloon. Objection! Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything? It's the same color as the one Kay was holding. Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon. Yeah, I was sitting with her up until the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her. Well, as you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kate's balloon. So, what about the balloon? I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point. What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot. Oh? So the sound that judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh? On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop, about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene. Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway, when you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. So? He's got us there. He's got us there. Except he doesn't because of some bullshit that Edgeworth's gonna pull out, probably. I don't know. Well, don't give me so! We just proved that there's a flaw in your testimony! The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivety cracking. Since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. What is that supposed to mean? The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double-layered. On top of it all, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material. Then you mean... Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there's no way I could have heard that sound. No! Yeah. I knew that's what he was going to say. That means that scrub-faced testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear signs of a struggle. Oh, right. Right, yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. He wouldn't hear signs of a struggle, huh? Well, good luck. I hope you have fun in prison, Gumshoe. No! That's why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids? Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around. The other way around. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, then how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? I just did... It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words. Yeah! Oh, how so? If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears? I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I had thought. Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to? Boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a Gumshoe theoretically they couldn't have. Means the murder happened at a different time than we thought it did. And that actual gunshot was probably I don't know, a balloon or something. I don't know. Looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? The state of the crime scene? Wait, can it be? That ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. Uh-huh. Ugh. Way too noisy. The surveillance video? The gunshot from the surveillance video! That's what they heard! It was a gunshot from the surveillance video! It's in the tape at the... It's in the tape on the crime scene. What? What do you... Very loud television missing evidence. Okay. Simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through the barred windows. And yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows. Right? I put these ones together, right? I think I did. Maybe I just didn't do it in the right order. Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? The answer is sound. So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows are both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallways were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. Okay, there we go. Those are the ones we needed to connect. The missing piece of evidence is a video that shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess, and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is a gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place. Miles, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again. It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look. And where would that be? I believe we should examine the television. The TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. Yep. You're suspecting all the nooks and crannies. It's a video player. There seems to be a videotape inside. It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end. This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape? I suppose, but... Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video? Sure. Knock yourself out. Alright then, let's rewind and see what we have. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see. Now, this is the footage of Mr. Rel shooting the embassy staff member. I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along. It's gotta be you. You was the killer. You's gotta be the killer. This sound. What's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it all out then? Yes, all I have to do now. You're sure what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was? And through where they heard it from? Fine, in that case, show me what you've deduced. Do you think it was the video that we just watched? No, it has to be somewhere else. And through where they heard it, maybe the window? Maybe the window? Oh, we're inspecting all the nooks and the crannies. What am I deducing first? Wait, no, I didn't mean... Okay, I'm not sure what I meant. Window, and then surveillance video. Yes? At the door? Yes, that's it. If the door and the windows were to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser. That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were. However, what happened in reality was, Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot. Well, the windows in lobby number 1 and number 2 and the hallway were open, so naturally the people in those locations could hear it. But then why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose. Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction. Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. The time of the murder. The killer wanted to fabricate the time of the murder to the death. The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes. And they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so. Bang. So that's why the tape was left running. You mean, the gunshot I heard was from this video? Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period, and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Miss Yu. Mr. Edgeworth, yes, what is it? Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom, She said that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. Looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something. Understood. Please tell her I'll be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth. To be continued, except not. We're continuing right now. This is gonna be it. This has gotta be it. District Courtroom number 3. Hey, you. What you doing behind the bench? Oh, hi, Kay. Hello, Kay. Kay, what are you doing here? Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating. But the object you're looking for has already... Hold it. Kay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation. Okay, you got it. Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for? If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do. Oh? You're more sympathetic than I thought. Oh, we're doing this courtroom style. Okay, here we go. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. The moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest? Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you? We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see we have a viewer in the gallery. And why? Even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander. I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out. Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there's no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must be, without a doubt, Detective Gumshoe. That's all you have? That's all there is to my conclusion, and this case. Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there's always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think? How absolutely like a rookie to think of such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you proper testimony. If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is prove it, by showing who the real killer is. Misuse argument, Everyone, Sans the suspect, Sans the suspect? Oh my god! Sans committed a murder! But his whole thing is that he doesn't want the genocides to happen. That was a bad joke, oh my god. Sans the suspect has an okay. What is she saying here? Sans the suspect has an alibi. Because sans means without. It means without. I know what the word means. It means without. Sans the suspect, so without the suspect. Everyone without the everyone. Oh, everyone except the suspect has an alibi from the gun. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Everyone except the suspect has an alibi from when the gun. Everyone stands aside. Okay, no, she makes sense. I'm just slow and stupid. Furthermore, the area around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth. But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump card she has up her sleeve. So we are gonna be pressing. Everyone except the alibi has a suspect for when the gun went off. The suspect? But I thought the Detective Gumshoe alibi had already been proven. Are you joking, Edgeworth? I assure you this is no joke. Look, I already know you heard from the judge earlier. that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll. Yes, that is correct. But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is, there's no one else who can corroborate what he said since the snacking. I see she's done her research well. Except that that was happening, like, right as the murder was actually occurring. Because you did the killing. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's pulled, as I've already read that. Crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I don't think this will draw out anything, but I'm trying it anyways. Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide. The scrunched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene lobby number 2 has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect. But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through the window and into the garden? Come on, Edgeworth! You've already proven yourself multiple times that nobody can escape through the window. Why are you even trying that? I understand, you're just trying to get her testimony out, but really, dude, whatever. Oh, that's the first place everyone looked silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know? Isn't that right, Mr. Bad? Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case. Confirm there's no escape route. Out. Press that. Absolutely positive that there's no possible routes of escape. Of course, I'm sure. Why are you so certain? This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future. Honestly, she's right. No, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. You deserve that one. Really, you deserve that one. For an unshakable conclusion, Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Press. You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand? But you're only still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing. And of course she doesn't, because she put the gun in the wrong hand. I don't know how to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. Suppose we really reached the end now. Any trump card ready? Play it. A little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking with you about the subject. How about there are witnesses for you? There's your mentor who gave you an alibi. I see. As for the little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess, and was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or bailiff or anyone else. Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today is because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty? What about them? Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time? What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot, to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene, we dashed from lobby number 1. And the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe. Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an earlier... at an entirely different time than when the gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our okay, well, I couldn't finish reading that. Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated? With the surveillance video that you stole and put in a TV. That tape? Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented today in today's trial. This was found located in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up. You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video. But I do. Which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard that gunshot. That's the only thing I can think of, too. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from under Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe. Objection! Sound from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew. Didn't we, Miles? Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea up until only a little while ago. Yeah, we could just keep that a secret. It's just between you and me, Miles. And Francisca. And Bad. And everyone in chat. It's only between us. So don't tell her. Don't tell her. That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. And yet we heard the gunshot clear as day. And that's the end of the story. But it's not. How should I explain why I was able to hear a gunshot from the soundproof room? The window was open. There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And that is despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also opened. Objection! It's probably just a coincidence that they were both open at the time. Objection! There was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why is the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And that person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party. The real killer in this double murder is... Miss You.
Take that!
Take that! Miss Callisto You. I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. What? You indict me? Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she's the killer? I don't understand her motive just yet. But of course I'm serious. Because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss You still feel like laughing now. Haha. Of course I do, Edgeworth. My argument must not be tight enough yet. Although I've never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance. Quite a bit. Guess that means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right? Here we go. This year's rebuttal. You argue that the window was opened. However, do you have proof it was I who did that? Furthermore, do you have a proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Especially if logic is full of holes as yours. This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second, or the truth will blow away. Now's the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof it to the test. I still need to fix things. The legs. The legs are too stiff. Hold on. I'm just gonna... One second, real quick. I just wanna fix parts of the legs, and the arms a little bit too. The arms can wait, though. I can wait on the arms, but the legs are just a bit too stiff for me. So, do this one, the dual motion T from once, 0, rotation, is it negative or positive? Oh shit, what the fuck did I just do? Hello? We're good? We're good. Okay, that's too much. Nope. That's a bit better. Maybe a little too little. Hello? Maybe. Hello? Oh, right, I also have to fix the sound thing. Hello? That's a bit better. I think I might... Hello? That seems good. I like that a bit more. This one now. Get back to amble testing stuff, what a nerd. Hey! Hey! Don't do that. It's important stuff to test. Nope. Look, it's making it look better. Why is it doing? Oh, it's based on loudness. I do -4. Hello? It's a little bit better. The cycle time. Hello? Yeah, that's it's a bit much. Hello? That's a bit better. I like that. I like that a bit better. Okay, and now for the other leg, and then I'm gonna work on the feet. Oh, this one's already got the correct. Actually, that's not the right. Look at that. These two already have the correct talk thresholds. Hello. Oh, why is it moving? Hello. If I want to do it like once. Hello. That's better. Hello. Okay, now for the other part of the leg. Hello. It looks better. It looks better doing it like this. Definitely better. Hello. That's a bit fast. Hello. Maybe I gotta turn this one down a bit. That's better. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Front shoe. No, I want to do this shoe first. I really should have done this yesterday, but I did not think about it. Oh shit, my foot's flying away. Hello? Nope. 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 Maybe, is it better to have a 10 or negative 10? Nope. Nope. I think I like the 10 more. 10 more than negative 10. Okay, I'm gonna do the other shoe now. Wait, was I? Yeah, that's the right shoe. What's this one? Was I working on the right shoe? I was working on... No, I saw the noticeable difference. So now this one, I also have to give to the motion... Let's see, negative 5? Hello? 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 Okay, no, that shoe's moving too much. That's too much, actually. Negative 6. Hello? Hello? Something that I wish it could do is I wish it could, like, go between, like, rotate both ways, but it can only rotate in one way. That's kind of annoying. All these on the right... Hello? 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 No, it just looks a little bit weird because I put it at a different time. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Hello? That's better, that's better, that's better! That bothers me a lot less. It's got a little bit more movement, doesn't look as stiff. Okay. You argue that the window was opened, however, do you have proof it was I who did it? Furthermore, do you have proof... Oh wait, no, I'm not rereading this. You have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime. Shocked you for going around accusing people of murder like this, especially with logic full as close as yours. So not that one, not that one, it's one of these two. I do have proof that it was you who did it. Your perfume bottle. Evidence. All I need to do is have some prints analyzed and we'd know straight away. Be my guest. Because her prints aren't gonna be on it, it would be bad. Bad open the window. We're about to lift prints, they'd only show that it was someone else, but... why that someone else was forced to open the window is because bad. The perfume. What's wrong? Scrunched eyebrows, lines on your forehead, they're back. Most importantly, are you gonna be okay not running a fingerprint analysis? Yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, in that case, I'll just continue on my testimony, alright? Okay, I'm gonna present your perfume bottle. Objection! I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Miss Yu? Edgeworth, I never knew you into wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know? What? This isn't mine. That's right, it's mine, and I received it from Detective Bad, you see. Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad. and you're super easy, and that you're super easy to rile up. So what about the perfume? While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad. Oh, I know. You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window. Objection. Come now, I've already told you it's all a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know? So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window. Objection! The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have the alibi for yourself at the time. You mean... Miss Yu, you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1, when you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway. Is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss Yu. You accuse me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday. Would you care to testify as to why? Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk. Let's make this oh my god! Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. Here we go. Like, couldn't be me. Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top, but I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. That's gonna be the thing that we talk about. Miles, her testimony is flawless! Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. And if I'm lacking in information, I'll just draw it out of her. Okay, I'm pressing on the knife statement. Okay, accusing someone of murder spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. Don't need to press that. Forgery of evidence be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. Don't need to press that. Simply could have not he killed Faraday. This is the only real one really worth pressing.
Hold it!
Though I should also probably press the other one to see what she means. Still not happy with the legs. I'm still not happy with the legs. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still not happy with how the legs look. Boing. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I think if I make the timing on the legs take a bit longer. Amble edit stream? No. If you're gonna get one, that would have happened yesterday. Hello? 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 Oh, I like that a lot more, actually. Yeah, the cycle time is definitely selling it. Time to change the category. No, no, no. This is still an Edgeworth stream. I'm just testing things. Hello? 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 Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong leg. Hello? 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 I think I should also turn down the degrees. Hello? 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 Yeah, turning down the degrees is helping. And also turning down the cycle time. Hello? 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 That's a bit too much. Hello? Hello? That's good. I like that one. Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. It's bothering me less. Yep. Oh, shit. No. At this rate, she will inevitably escape, but if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife, I'm sorry, Miss Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag. Miles, what do you think you're doing? I'm drawing out the truth. Maybe telling her because she could literally just claim that she didn't know that. You need to, like, catch her off guard. Huh? I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today. Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use. Oh, so that's what you're trying to do. Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to prevent was the key that the Yatagarasu had sent. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on. I don't understand why that would incriminate her. Did you really think you could trap me? Come now, be honest. I never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony. Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you like. There's a key in his evidence bag. You can't kill anyone with a simple key. Except you can. Objection. Finger wag. Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it is in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife, which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not? Yes. Well, if the Yatagarasu key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. What did that say? More than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Do you understand now? Just, okay. I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know. You would, even now, still feign ignorance. I'm not feigning anything. We can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence now, can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma. I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. Are you mocking my papa? Did you dare sully the good name of my mentor? Yeah, don't do that. He's gonna do it to himself later. You gotta give him the opportunity. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real. Oh, who knew there was such a trick to this thing? Are you satisfied now? But of course you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement, and who would never have been privy to the trick, would have known, what? What am I saying? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement, and who would never have been privy to the trick, would have never known about it to be- What? Hold on, continue. Furthermore, the something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police, how did you have knowledge as to what it was? Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife. Oh, how convenient. How convenient. Yeah, okay. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms. What you are saying is simply not possible. Oh? And why not? Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. For within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife. Objection. I'm not sure he would have written down everything in his organizer, you know? Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication? Objection. Unfortunately, that is also impossible, because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. What would have been highly classified information even within the police force, and is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition? Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. Looks like I give a pretty lame excuse, huh? How can you laugh at a time like this? She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in panic over it. That's not something we need to concern ourselves with. I suppose you're right. Miss Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife. Do you now? Well, why don't we put your money where your mouth is and show me? Oh, I will. And I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth. The secret behind the Yatagarasu's key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start that a Yatagarasu's key could change into a knife? Are we claiming that she's the Yatagarasu? I mean, the Yatagarasu would be the only one.
Take that!
There's only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key. And that is... And that is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, The Yatagarasu herself. Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu? Miss you. You used Mr. Rel to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You, who profess to bear a grudge against criminals. Why? Why do something like this? Oh, this is killing her. Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill. It's even greater than when I sneak into someplace. You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me, Callisto, you. Callisto, you, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity, which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. Oh, that's why she killed the man. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. That Rel caves only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both. Didn't you say that you despised criminals? Do I really? You? Have you forgotten about the KG8 incident too? Maybe. What sort of woman would... So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent? Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu by using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence, and he'd bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk with Mr. Faraday. And in order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Yatagarasu's key, just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside that plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life. How could you kill him? I knew him for a... That's how the blood got inside the bag. I knew him for a long time, you know? At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death. But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there is no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well. I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd killed each other. Then the trick of the surveillance tape. Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape. Which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet. Jesus Christ. You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you? How could you betray a client? Client? If you want to talk about who was a client of whose first, it was me. I was a client in the murder of the Cotopian Embassy staff member, Dead Man. I forgot his name was Dead Man. I forgot his name was Deadman. Oh, Ace Attorney in your names. You ordered a hit job? You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had Deadman killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination? It can't be! You're... That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring. Jeez, okay, wow, she's a murderer, she's a thief, she's a member of a smuggling ring? She's just got all the crimes. What's next, identity theft? Tax fraud? What other crimes are there? Manslaughter? Manslaughter's an accident. She does all this shit on purpose. Arson? Arson, that's a crime. Arson. Big thief, big thief. Big criminal, big criminal. What? How could this... You don't mean... You're working with Manny Coachin too, do you? Oh my god, and that motherfucker too. Maybe not. Guess you'll never know. Wait, but her sister was murdered because she was a witness for the smuggling ring. Does that mean she put the hit on her own sister? Yadagrasu claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer. That's right, little girl. The Yadagrasu is just another killer. Be quiet, you. Yadagrasu. You can run from the lobby, you'll never escape it. So you just humbly accept the judgment of this court. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know the Yadagrasu has 3 legs? Do you know why that is? No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the Yadagrasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Well, bye, Edgeworth! It was nice knowing ya. All 3 of ya. It was nice knowing all of you. You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the Yadagrasu's key right to me without a second thought. America! Fuck yeah! Yeah, get that eagle sound! Hold on! America! Yeah! That's really quiet, actually. Could you guys hear that? Yeah! Dude, what a second thought. Everything might not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it. You mean, the key was your real target? Huh, and even after I gave you such great advice, didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? You may regret what comes of your negligence. You two, get down! Eek! Down! My body, I can't move. Hey, mister, to your right! You! Well, Edgeworth's dead. Holy shit, he's dead. No, he's fine. He's fine. Are you alright, Francisca? I'm perfectly fine, Wait, no, fucking Kay! Kay! She's chasing a woman down who has a gun! Perfectly fine, Miles. Her voice is shaking. It looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go? Well, Kay's dead. It was nice knowing you, Kay. That's a gunshot. September 10th, 7 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Sorry. Well, looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a should have a perimeter set up soon. Detective Bat, are you alright? I heard a gunshot. I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket. He may say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. More importantly, boy, I mean, Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Von Karma. Are you two hurt? Respect! Holy shit, we've earned his respect. I'm absolutely fine. I'm also alright, thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she? I don't know, she sort of disappeared. I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir. I'm sorry I doubted you. Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. I liked you guys too, after all. I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Hell yeah, Gumshoe, I'm happy for you. And don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay? You got it, Pops! Pops, yeah, because of the lollipop, and because he's old. Pops, watched one too many detective dramas recently, have we? Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere of one snarky comment. I should get back to the investigation. I swear, I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care. I'm so glad Detective Bad wasn't the killer. I really like Detective Bad. Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. Thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything. Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison. And the judge is still sad. I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe. Oh, it was no problem, really. I mean, I like to, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor. Well, even if we didn't have His Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf. Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective. Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me. She did? Ooh, what is it? What was it that Kay left for me? The proof of their friendship. Ah, shit, I don't remember. It was a Swiss roll? The Swiss roll. The Swiss roll. The Swiss roll. The Swiss roll. The Swiss roll.
Take that!
Take that. It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can I really have it? Yes, it's a present meant for you, after all. Aw, thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now. Sure, go ahead. The Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together. While the one Kay saved never reached her father, it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective. So happy, it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own. Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him. Whoop! That was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I gotta thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she? You only noticed just now? Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should join him. Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first, you know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. And that's the start of a beautiful friendship that Edgeworth is reluctantly a part of. Yippee! I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that ominous statement. We should go home 2 miles. We have to hurry and report what has happened to Papa. Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective. Roger, sir. And don't you worry. I'll investigate the next case we're on real well. I'll, be counting on you. The scent of trouble is definitely in the air. Thus, like a bad dream of my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I've tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now the new great thief Yatagarasu, and she's standing right there in front of us. She's like 16 or something, I don't know. So, do you remember now? That was a hell of a flashback. Yes, I remember everything. Kay, it's been a while. Kay, you sure grew up a lot. Of course, but thank goodness, I thought you two had totally forgot about me. You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time? Gummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They lived really far away, so I wasn't able to come back here all that much. Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm glad you're alright. So does it all make sense now? Yeah, betcha it does. And you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently, and...
Hold it!
Actually, there's still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay. Huh? First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father. No, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father. Okay, so it was him. Jesus. God, this Yatagarasu, it's just plot twist after plot twist. She's the Yatagarasu. He's the Yatagarasu. She's also the Yatagarasu. Fucking hell, I'm the Yatagarasu! And y'all, you'll never catch me alive. Anyways. Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu. Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden amongst his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That what was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure. But that's impossible. What's with that look? You don't believe me? It wasn't just the expression on my face, I clearly said it was impossible just now. Alright then, how do you explain this? It's a way of disarming any security systems of the user's choosing. Yep, that's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo was used by my father. Wow! Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor, he was really a great thief, huh? Yeah, my father worked really hard to steal the truth, but he was killed, and then Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu's been spotted again recently. Someone other than you. Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article. Some card to embassy. The Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card? Yeah, meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto Yu lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card out. But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves. Well, as soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up, and I knew I couldn't just let it go. So I searched you out, so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. So you're saying that I have your father's and Miss Yu's identities backwards? Yeah, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end, and I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace. Kay, you're so honorable. You go and steal things. Go and steal that. Here's a pen. I'm not looking. I sure hope it doesn't disappear from my pocket, or from behind my ear. I sure hope it doesn't disappear. Ah, good job, Kay. Good job. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal. Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. If you are plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complacent. Mr. Edgeworth, come on! Let her commit crimes! For me! Let her commit the crime. Aw, you guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now? Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman. That evil woman? You mean Callisto Yu? I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me? Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you. Huh? Owe me for what? When Miss Yu made her mistake, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. I'm not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid. Then you mean... Yes. That case has been weighing down on my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you! Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Isn't that great, Kay? Yeah, it sure is, Gummy. Even though we had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship? They have a great friendship. The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Byrne Faraday, Callisto Yu, Kay Faraday. Oh my god. The phantasmagorically changing... The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu's real goal... it's fine, I figured it out. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. The end. Finally, this case is done. Oh my god. Save my progress. Yes, I'm saving it. Alright, so that was Turnabout Reminiscence. Wow. That was a long case. That was really long. Alright. That'll be the stream. Finally finished the case. Callisto Yu is an evil woman, and also... Oh my god, I made a joke about identity theft earlier, and she is literally performing identity theft. Wow. We know that Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarasu. Now, Kei is the Yatagarasu. Callisto used pretending to be the Yatagarasu and is also doing Yatagarasu acts while being part of a smuggling ring. Wait! I'm waiting. Oh my, thank you! Thank you for the bits. I really appreciate it. Good stream. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so, Edgeworth almost died, also. Forgot about that. Edgeworth almost died. That was crazy. And, you know, now I have a new model. A new mouse tracking model, which is cool. And I still have adjustments to make. And I made some during the stream. But yeah, alright. That'll be the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!